It's really interesting what HHS is doing here, trying to stay ahead of the game with cybersecurity, not just playing catch up after breaches happen.
Yeah, with all the cyber attacks we're seeing in healthcare. Makes sense.
They're trying to make the whole industry stronger, more prepared.
So let's jump into the details. This technology asset inventory and network mapping thing sounds pretty serious.
Organizations are going to have to know exactly what systems they have, what data they're holding.
Computers, servers, the whole shebang.
All of it. Medical devices, software, anything that touches protected health information, and how it all connects.
So no more, oh, we didn't know that system was still running if there's a breach.
Exactly. Got to take responsibility for your whole digital footprint.
All right, what about this strengthened incident and disaster response planning? What kind of disasters are we talking?
Cyber attacks, ransomware, data breaches, you name it. Having a plan ready to go, testing it regularly, backups.
So less scrambling when something hits the fan.
Right. And potentially fewer HIPAA violations, lower penalties.
That's got to be a relief for some organizations. Now, increased specificity and risk analysis, this sounds intense.
It is 8 key areas they're making you look at. Your tech, the threats to patient data, vulnerabilities in your systems.
Wow. No more vague assumptions allowed.
They want you to really assess the potential damage from each threat.
This is definitely raising the bar.
It should lead to better security practices overall. Now, how about enhanced accountability for business associates? No more passing the buck, right?
That's what I like to hear.
Organizations will need written confirmation that their business associates are doing what they need to do security-wise.
And not like a handshake agreement.
Right, a real analysis of their systems.
Yeah.
Happening at least annually.
So there's a clear chain of accountability. Everyone's responsible.
Exactly. And then we have finally some deadlines for security updates and patch management. 15 days for critical patches, 30 for high-risk ones.
About time.
Got to keep those vulnerabilities from becoming an issue. Outdated software is a huge risk.
And to make sure everyone's actually doing this, compliance audits and system activity reviews.
Yep, finding any gaps in security, responding to incidents quickly, always monitoring, always improving.
Now, mandatory encryption and authentication. This is huge, right?
For sure, encryption for data both stored and in transit, multi-factor authentication for remote access.
So usernames and passwords aren't enough anymore.
It's becoming the standard for good security.
Gotta get those authentication apps ready. Anything else in these updates?
Some additional definitions and clarifications, making sure everyone's using the same language.
Like a HIPAA Security Dictionary.
Exactly. Defining terms like technical controls, risk, what they mean by multi-factor authentication, clarity is important.
Makes sense. So we've gone over a lot here, but what does it actually mean for our listeners?
It's all about protecting patient data, making healthcare more secure, building trust.
And these changes, while they might be a lot of work, they're ultimately for everyone's good.
Definitely. There's still more to unpack, though, especially about the impact on business associates.